What's happening, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. I'm Nick, and thanks for tuning in to another Life by Cars episode. Today, you might be able to tell that we're in my tiny ass apartment, and the reason for that is because we're doing something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while now, and that's going to be a little bit of exhaust work. So some of you might know, but I haven't talked about it on the channel a whole lot. I do have the Dinan axle back exhaust system on my car, or right now off the car. This is typically what I'm running, and it sounds really good. I really like it a lot. I'm gonna come out with a separate video talking specifically about it, give some audio clips of it, but right now it's off the car because I've wanted to clean it for quite a while now. You can see right now there's tons of like dust and dirt, and all the stainless is pretty dulled out. The tips here say nice Dinan on it, but you can't really see that very well. So I've wanted to clean this up for quite a while now. Finally gonna be getting to it today, and I'm really excited because recently I've seen a product that I think is gonna work really, really well. I have it in this bottle right here, and it's called Osfo, and I believe it's basically phosphoric acid. It's a mixture of that. It's mostly phosphoric acid and a mixture of a couple other things in there as well. And its real main purpose is to strip metal down, take rust off of metal, and prepare it for painting. But I've seen a few videos, a few other people doing it on their stainless exhaust, and it comes out really, really good. And it's actually, it seems like it's really, really easy to clean up the exhaust with this and get quick, fast results. So that's what I'm gonna try today. We're gonna see what happens. As you can see, obviously I already tore the exhaust out of the car. With the Dinan axle back system, it's really convenient because to install it, you essentially just cut the stock mufflers off, and then right here, the Dinan axle back, it comes with a exhaust clamp that clamps around the end of the stock exhaust where you cut, as well as right onto the back of here. So it's pretty simple to get this exhaust off. You just undo those clamps, and then you have a couple exhaust hangers on each one, 2 on each one. So it's not all that hard to do if you're like me and you live in the Northeast and you're dealing with rusted bolts and whatnot. It took a little bit longer. I don't even have a jack, so I was squeezing myself under there. It took a little bit longer than I would have liked to just get this off, but that's just kind of how these things go. But overall, not that bad. And having it out of the car is going to make sure we get it a real nice all-around clean. So guys, this is what the Osfo looks like right here. You can find this at a lot of hardware places. I believe like Ace Hardware carries it a lot. Certain Home Depots you can find it at. I ended up just ordering it online because I was planning ahead for the video. But this stuff is readily available. Like I said, it's used a lot for prepping metal surfaces for paint and stripping all that rust off. I also just picked up a cheap spray bottle that, I don't know, the acid's probably not going to be great for the plastic in here, so don't use anything that you care about and want to reuse. I picked up a cheap one that I'm just going to throw away right after this and pour the Osfo straight in there. I didn't dilute it or anything. And then the last thing I have is quad zero steel wool. So it's basically the finest steel wool that you can get. And the whole process is going to be basically spraying the exhaust down with the Osfo out of the bottle, and then doing a quick pass over with these steel wool pads to agitate the solution, pick up any rust, shine up the metal a little bit, and clean these things up as good as we can. You'll also see me wearing these nice fancy kitchen gloves. I mean, it's acid, so I'm assuming it's probably not great to get this stuff on your hands and on your skin, so I'll be wearing these as well. So let's get started. I'm excited to see how this stuff goes. So I'm actually gonna do just a quick wipe down first with just a wet paper towel. You can see a ton of dirt. I mean, this exhaust has been on this car since before I purchased it. So I just want to get as much of that dirt off of here as I can first, and then we'll go straight to the Osfo and see how it works. And we're ready to get rolling with the Osfo. Sorry guys, the lighting isn't the best here. I'm doing what I can. I don't have a ton of windows in my apartment, but hopefully we can get a good look at the difference here and what ends up happening to this metal. All right, get a little bit on there. Start with the top. Let's see what happens. Oh wow, so you guys want to see what's happening up here. Honestly, the exhaust itself isn't that dirty. It's not that corroded, but up here where there's a little bit more discoloration, hopefully you can see that on the camera, but it's coming off really nice. And around these welds right here, it's really shining up. I'm also going to be periodically wiping this down with just a paper towel, because again, this stuff is acid. You don't want to leave this on here for too long. It can start, I believe it can start to eventually start etching into your metal and start degrading the metal. So obviously you don't want that to happen. I'm going to be passing over it with this paper towel as I go along, and then at the end I'm just going to rinse it off to deactivate the acid and get anything else off that I might have missed. But guys, look at that. Look how shiny that is right there. And then I can flip it over. I did a little bit of this as well, but this side is kind of what it looked like before. And again, it's not super dirty and super ugly, corroded looking, but we'll probably get a bit of a better view when we get over into this area. But at least to my eyes, hopefully it's showing up on the camera pretty well. That looks really, really good. As I'm doing this section, let's try and see how much these welds over here lighten up. Look at that. That little bit of corrosion that was on them came right up. Maybe we can get a little bit of this stuff on the outer edge. Yeah, look at that. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. All that brown rust that had built up over there, it's all gone. Here, let's do this piece right now too. All right, check it out, guys. That's one center muffler done. And I mean, I think that looks awesome. I don't know, I'm hoping it's showing up well on camera, but again, this stuff wasn't super dirty, but there's certain spots that you see a lot more corrosion, like around the welds, around this top seam, also had a good amount of brown and rust in it. So all that stuff is coming off really, really well. This cleaned up and shined up really, really nicely. I'm next gonna go into this area here, and I think we're gonna see an even bigger difference. Guys, hopefully this is coming across well on the video as I'm time-lapsing it, but this stuff is awesome. I'm so impressed with how this stuff has gone on, how easy it's been. This is really, really cool to see the transformation of this exhaust. Check this out, man. I mean, this exhaust is, I don't know, if I had to guess, probably at least 8 years old. Like I said, this thing has been on my car since before I purchased it, so I don't know exactly when it went on, but look how well this cleaned up. Look how great that looks. And if I really wanted to, I could get in here and clean up some more of this dark stuff, but I mean, for me, the way this is looking so far is really awesome, and I'm not gonna break my back to get really in here. This is already such a massive improvement. Look at that. You can see before in the Dinan lettering, there was all sorts of brownness and corrosion. That's all completely come out. The one thing I will say is, because I am using steel wool and these tips are polished, there is a little bit of scuffing, a little bit of marks, but nothing that a little polish wouldn't take out. And for the benefit of being able to just have all that stuff come off so easily, definitely worth it, and just do a quick polish afterward. But again, I did the whole face in here, the whole drum has been done, and to give you a quick perspective, I flipped the exhaust around, and this is kind of what it looked like before. before with all this corrosion, all this dirt, a little bit of this stuff. This is a major difference. I'm gonna quickly do this side as well, see how this comes out, and then we should have one of these all set and done. And check that out, guys. This stuff is awesome. Look how well that cleaned up. Even like the tip over here that still has some stuff on it. And I could get this off if I really wanted to work at it for quite a while, but I mean, this is just gonna go right back under that clamp anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. And even then, just a little bit of work here took so much off. The rest of this is so shiny, so clean. You can see all the nice welds again. This stuff is so cool. This is just such a minimal amount of work for the results that you're getting from it. I'm used to having it, like, if you want to really clean something, it takes hours and hours and lots of time, lots of effort, lots of elbow grease. This is pretty minimal effort, a little bit of work, and I'm getting some awesome results that I'm really happy with. Here's a good little comparison for you guys. So this one is the other muffler that I haven't touched yet. So this is how basically it used to look. So good amount of dirt on here. You can see all of the corrosion within the Dinan lettering. So that's kind of how it looked. And now this is what we're working with. And man, it's not perfect. It's not brand new, but this is about as nice as I would like to have it. Knowing that this is on the bottom side of my car is gonna make me really happy. So I'm gonna get to work finishing up on the other one, getting this other muffler nice and clean as well, and I'll check back in with you guys in just a minute. All right guys, here we are, we're all done. Both mufflers have been completely clean. As you can see, the second one came out just like the first one. I think this is the one that I just finished doing. Man, they just look so good. And guys, it just was too easy to get it to look like this. Like I said before, I thought I was gonna have to be working a lot of elbow grease to get these clean, and it really wasn't. I was paying attention on the second one, and really, I wanna say probably takes about 15 minutes per exhaust or per muffler here to get the whole thing clean and get it looking like this. One little side note, I did, while these were off, just go out and film another video driving the car around with no mufflers on at all, so make sure you check that out. That's probably gonna come out the week after this one, so that'll be fun. But yeah, just to wrap this one up, I just want to again state how amazing this stuff is, this OSFO. It works so well for an application like this. It's truly just the perfect thing to use. I gotta put these back on the car before the end of the day, but guys, if you got something, a project like this, I highly recommend you check out OSFO. Buy that stuff, it's super cheap, it was easy to find, so it was awesome. Super happy with the way that it came out. Obviously, I feel like I keep saying that over and over again, but this is awesome. It looks so good. One other reminder, I think I said it earlier, again, stuff is acid, so make sure you're paying attention to what you're doing with it. You don't want it on your skin, you don't want it in your hands. Read the back of the bottle, read what it says to do. There's certain things that you're not going to want that to come in contact with, and again, you're not going to want probably to have a whole lot of it sitting left on your exhaust after you're done cleaning it. So I did go through, I wiped it dry with a dry paper towel, and then I also went over it with a wet paper towel to rinse off any OSFO that might have been left on here. But again, I highly recommend this stuff. It's super cool, super awesome. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I hope it was helpful. I hope you're loving this transformation just as much as I am, and we'll see you next time.